Alright, what's good YouTube? It's Dylan here, and today I'm finally painting my front lip. Just wanted to share this paint process with you guys, and hopefully it might help some of you out there. So let's get right into it. So these are some of the things you're going to need for this little DIY. So you're going to need some alcohol, obviously a clear coat, sandpaper with various grits, primer, don't forget a mask, spray paint, and obviously the front lip. And you might want to use gloves or microfiber towel and paper towels as well. So right now this is my setup. I got the lip mounted upright on 2 cardboard boxes. And yeah, so now that the lip is cleaned, first thing I'm going to do is use 320 grit sandpaper and start sanding it down to get it smooth. This is what it should look like. All nice and smooth. Just make sure you get all the edges underneath. And yeah. Alright, so the next step after sanding is the alcohol. So I'm going to get a piece of paper towel, drip the alcohol onto it, and wipe it down. And I'm going to lightly wipe it down just to make sure I don't get any lint left behind. So yeah, that's the next step. So now that the lip is finally cleaned, I'm gonna hit it with some primer. And while you're painting, please don't forget to wear a mask. My first coat with the primer is gonna be a light coat, just to get the product on there. And then my second, third, and maybe fourth coats are going to be heavy, even sprays. And yeah, let's get right into it. Also, you want to wait between 10 minutes to 15 minutes each coat. So after the light coat, it should look like this. As you can see, the product is just on there, just the first coat. And like I said, 10 minutes to 15 minutes between each coat. So after 2 coats of primer, this is the results. So I let it dry for about 3 hours, and this primer that I'm using says 30 minutes, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to wet sand and use 800 grit sandpaper to sand it down. Okay, so when you're doing this step, you want to generally follow the directions on your primer. So since I did 2 coats, this primer says to dry for 30 minutes, but I let it dry for about 2 or 3 hours. So I'm going to wet sand it with water and also spray the sandpaper while I do this. And yeah, those are the directions my primer says. So in this step, you do what your primer would say. So after wet sanding, I ran into a little issue. The surface is not as smooth as I want it to be, which is not good for the base coat. And also, I also went through the primer while sanding. So what I'm going to do is going to I'm going to dry sand it down with 400 grit and then redo the primer process and get back to you on the base coat. Little roadblock, but should be fixable. I fixed my issue with the primer. I redid it, did 2 coats, sanded it down. So now I'm ready with the base coat. I got my homie on the camera, so let's get it. Okay, so my strategy for this base coat is I'm just gonna keep all the coats light and wait 15 minutes between each coat. So I'm gonna just do it in sections, do it lightly, and just build it up. This is what I'm working with right now. I did about 4 coats, and the 4th coat was a heavy one. I don't know if you can see it, but it does have the metallic flakes. So yeah, it's looking good so far. I'm probably gonna hit it with 1 more coat, and then we'll clear it. After 5 coats of the base coat, this is what it looks like. It's not too bad. It's not perfect, but it works. So all is left is just a clear coat. And it's the same process as the base coat. You want to wait 30 minutes between each coat, and you're going to use about 3 coats. 2 of them are going to be heavy. So here it is, the final product. It's not too bad. There's always room for improvement though. I feel like I could have did a better job. But yeah, all it needs is polish, still needs to dry. But other than that, it's good to go. So this was my first DIY, so it wasn't too bad. I give myself a 7.5 out of 10 on the job. So yeah, there's always room for improvement, like I said. If you're experienced with painting, you might find this job easy. You might do a better job than me. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Hope this video helped. Install is up next, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.